Good morning to all of you. So today is Murli Manthan Day, and I guess in the last week you all read or heard two Murlis. Both of these Murlis are amazing. I think it's not a bad idea if we take both these Murlis and sort of revise all the wonderful things that Baba has shared in these two Murlis instead of focusing on one. And so the first Murli is of the 20th of February, 1987. The three lines of remembrance, purity, and being a true server. And the second Murli is of the 18th of March, 1987, the signs of a true spiritual lover. So per my understanding, 2-3 days went in listening to a reading, the first Murli, and then 2 days, Friday and Saturday, you were listening to, I guess, or maybe Thursday or Friday, something like that. You were listening to the second Murli, the signs of a true spiritual lover. So yeah, there is so much for us to understand. Baba is sharing so many deep insights in each of these two Murlis. In the first one, Baba is reminding us that in the path of devotion, we ourselves and people in the world, they put three lines on their forehead. Sometimes, these three lines could be of ash, or it could be sandalwood paste or some other paste. But these three lines have a profound significance. In the path of devotion, those people and we too probably put these on our forehead without truly understanding the significance. But now we need to understand what they stand for. So Baba is saying that these three lines represent how profound, how constant our yoga is, our remembrance is, that we are true yogi souls or not, that we have just one Baba in our hearts, in our minds or not. Are we thinking about the world? Are we thinking about the past? Are we thinking about other things that are not meaningful? That pure, unadulterated remembrance is what Baba is looking for. And then second is purity, how unadulterated again the purity is, how constant our purity has been ever since we came to Baba, that is, ever since we were born into this new life. And then thirdly is how amazing a server we are, true server. So Baba starts with this Trimurti Tilak, the Trimurti lines. Baba says that these lines have to be constant, these have to be intense, these have to be unbroken, and they represent the love that we have for Baba. So they have to be straight as well. So here, the first one that Baba is talking about is the first is the line of remembrance. So let's take a moment to see throughout the day, where does our mind go to? If we take inventory of our day, our lives in general, but at least this day today, how many different places did our mind go to? So the mind oftentimes goes to our body, the needs of the body, then the labels of the body, who we are from a worldly point of view, our gender, our religion. Those things still come up for Baba's children. Our nationality, which community we have come from back in India, our professions, and so on and so forth. Then our possessions as well. And finally, our relationships with people. Many of us don't have too many lokic relationships now. We are in Baba's family. So Baba's family and Baba's children, in general, Baba's service comes in our minds. But also sometimes, for sure, the lokic family and those relationships that have still continued in our intellects, they tend to pull our minds too. So we can take a few minutes to think about where our mind has been diverted throughout the day. And if it didn't, then that's great. And even if it did, why not we bring everything to Baba? Our focus of attention, our energy, our every thought, Baba, Baba, and only Baba. We become total yogis, nothing but Baba in our minds. That's the yoga, a complete yogi life, nothing but Baba. And then Baba wants us to examine, to check how pure we have been, the line of complete purity, whether it is straight or not, whether it's sparkling or not. And then Baba is talking about the fact, which we have heard from Baba numerous times, is it has to go beyond being celibate, that is brahmachari. It has to become brahmachari, that we follow Father Brahma at every step. That is celibacy at every step. That we do nothing that Brahma Baba did not do. So on one hand, the actual celibacy, but also nothing other than what Baba ever thought of. That Baba is my companion, and I'm going to stay only in the Father's company. Baba is mine and nothing else. Do not forget, Baba is saying that you have the company of the love of the family, because you see, there's a love-hate relationship that goes on for us, Baba's children, with the Brahmin family oftentimes. Sometimes we get too pulled, unnecessarily, overly pulled towards the Brahmin family. And the Brahmin souls, some of them have very good qualities, virtues. So then we get it, attracted to them, involved with them, attached to them. That doesn't help either. Nor should there be repulsion. As many times Baba has said that when there is negative feelings towards others, then those thoughts also pull us all the time. So it's not just attraction and too much connection. Sometimes that repulsion also pulls our intellect. So we have to check. This Brahmin family has been given to us by Baba. We would have never known this Brahmin family if we had not come to Baba. So although this Brahmin family is there for our sustenance, and this love that we're getting from the Brahmin family is an important factor for our growth. However, we shouldn't forget that Baba is the reason for us getting close or coming to know about the Brahmin family. So Baba is first and then the Brahmin family. Yeah. So you see, do we love anything else, anyone else other than Baba? Do we have thoughts of anyone else, anything else other than Baba? Lokic relationships, alokik relationships, our own body, our own physical needs, our possessions, our positions, our statuses. our roles, our ideas, our biases, our prejudices, so many things that we get attached to, so many things that pull our intellects, so many things that we think about through the day. So neither would that be called as unadulterated pure remembrance or a constant yogi stage, nor would that be called as becoming completely pure. Even if we think about the past, that's also not purity. That's not being a complete yogi either. Yeah. Or thoughts about the future, or thoughts of our own incompetence, our own weaknesses. Many times we think these kind of thoughts. So Baba is reminding us just free ourselves, that we have to free ourselves from all these thoughts. Any thought other than Baba, any love other than Baba is not complete love and it's not complete remembrance. But right? And then the third is service. Service is a topic in itself, and we can go on and on and on. Yes, today also in the Sakar Mundi for you, yesterday, Sakar Mundi Baba just has said how much about service that we have to even give our bones to service. And I was trying to explain that there are many different connotations of this word bones. So one is, of course, we give everything. Bones would mean that bones are the deepest part of the body. Before the bones, there would be ligaments and muscles, and then fat and skin, and of course, subcutaneous tissue. Then there is skin. And over there, over the skin, there are hair. So a lot of different things come between the outer surface and the bones. So if we're giving bones, that means we're giving everything. So what that means is that we are serving with our true hearts, that we are withholding nothing back. That we are giving our bodies, our minds, our wealth, all the wealth that we have, everything that we have, we're giving to Papa. Yeah, your wealth, yeah, is precious, of course, but when we serve Baba with our wealth and how much we get in return. So the more we give, the more we get. So this is one aspect. But also bones, in a way, metaphorically, can represent the ego that we have within ourselves. So bones are rigid, right? So our rigidity is not something that Baba is very happy with. It doesn't allow us to actually grow. Our rigidity doesn't allow us to be one with the Brahmin family. So we need to be more flexible. We need to be more pliable. We need to be less egoistic. So when we give our bones to the yajna, there are these many components that we have to check as well. You see, so not just service at the external level, but truly are we giving up, we're surrendering our ego, our rigidity as well. So yeah, that much of service we have to do, becoming a true server. Yeah, yeah. So Baba is saying, yeah, 1 second, where are we? Looking at this. Complete companionship. Yes, Baba has talked about this. Purity, yogi, companionship, true server. Yes. So here Baba is also talking about one who is free from obstacles. It's said to be a true server. It is fixed in the drama for obstacles to come. They have to come and they will continue to come because these obstacles or test papers make you experience. Do not consider it to be an obstacle, but look at it with the feeling that you're being made to progress by your experience, and you'll then experience it to be a ladder of progress. So every obstacle that is coming, we have to see it as a rung of the ladder that will allow us to rise further. So one of the things that we have realized anyways that whatever obstacles we have are really not from outside, they are from within. We are the ones who create our own obstacles. But sometimes there are situations that come, you want to do something, but many things will come in the way. Maybe your health, maybe, family members will create trouble. But all of those are created specifically for our growth. We shouldn't look at these as true obstacles. Instead, we need to look at them as blessings. Yeah, Baba is reminding us that a true server is one who is free from obstacles. So think of it, on one hand, we have to learn the art of changing obstacles into rungs of the ladder so that we can rise. But also think of it that if you don't see obstacles as obstacles, then how will they remain obstacles? You know? Yes. Think about it for a moment. For a soul who doesn't see obstacles as obstacles, there will be no obstacles, even if there are obstacles. But also, what will happen is, as time goes on, these obstacles won't bother us. They won't even come to us. You understand? They will run away from us. Yeah, just like Baba is saying that we many times say the one who defames us is our friend. So similarly, one who creates obstacles is one who is our teacher. So the person who is creating obstacles is actually teaching us something, is making us more experienced. So instead of looking at it all as as problem, when we see things as problems, then they become bigger problems actually. Because what happens is we end up with victim consciousness. Even in today's Sakar Murli, that is yesterday's Sakar Murli for you all, there was this one phrase that Baba repeats many times. He says, he said, death for the prey and joy for the hunter. Right? In Hindi, it is, and someone remind me what is it in Hindi?
भाई जी, मिरुआ मौत मलू
Ah,
का शिकार.
correct. Thank you. Nirva Maut Maluka Shikar. So now you think about it for a moment. What does it really mean? If you look at it in a superficial way, it almost seems like a sadistic way of life. Yeah, that there's one word in German language. Maybe you have heard this before. Maybe I have shared it in the past. It's called a Schadenfreude. And there's a similar word in English actually, which is not very well known by people. It's called as epicarikresi, which means that we find joy in other people's sorrow. Okay? So when we listen to this phrase, Marua Maut Maluka Shikar, that is, there'll be death for the prey and joy for the hunter, it almost seems like we are going to rejoice other people's pain. But that's not what it is. What Baba is trying to teach us is that we have to become masters. A hunter means a master, and a prey means one who is a victim. So we have to come out of this victim consciousness. If we continue to stay in victim consciousness, we will have a lot of pain and suffering. Yeah, and what is victim consciousness? That that things around me are going to create trouble for me. They are the masters and I am the victim. That all my problems are because of this, and this. These are situations, these are people who create obstacles for me. So that is victim consciousness. If I can come out of the victim consciousness, take charge of my life, take responsibility for my actions, for my decisions, accountability for whatever is transpiring in my life, then I become a hunter. Yeah, I become the master. Very important to understand this. So we have to move away from victim consciousness completely. So obstacles are there for me to rise. First, I am the one who has actually invoked these obstacles in my life. When you look at it from the law of karma too, that these obstacles have come because somewhere I have created the wrong karma for myself. They say in the world out there too that karma is a cafe which has no menu. You get what you deserve. So somewhere we have invoked these obstacles in our lives. So they are there. So instead of complaining about them, that would be victim consciousness. That would be behaving like a prey. Instead, if we say, yeah, you know, I take accountability of this, I'm not going to cry, I'm going to face it with fortitude, then you become the master, the hunter. See, there's another example that I can give to you. For example, you are all studying for an exam, say MBA exam or something else, whatever else it would be, or during your school days. Now, those who don't study well, those who don't work hard through the year, they will suffer during the examination. So they will become praise during the exam. And the ones who study throughout, who work hard, who take charge of their lives, put in all the effort that is necessary, then they will become the hunters during the examination. They will hunt for more marks. You see, they'll be able to earn a lot of wonderful grades during the examination. So we have to see why we are not able to do service. What is coming between us and our service? If we are having lots of obstacles and we see what obstacles there are, we see that somewhere we are responsible for these, take accountability of these obstacles and finish them one by one. That's what Baba is trying to teach us. So those who have an elevated line are called true servers. And now Baba is saying to have a constantly clean intellect, a clean attitude, and to perform pure actions is an easy way to attain success in service. Before you begin any service, first of all, see how much of cleanliness there is at the level of thoughts, vision, attitude, and then there'll be success. Yeah, so Baba is reminding us of how our vibrations can actually change other people's vibrations. It's so interesting that Baba is giving the example of weapons used to destroy other weapons and aeroplanes used to destroy other aeroplanes that make the other one crash. And I was reminded, and I was sharing that in the class. Some of you also probably remember during Operation Desert Storm, there were these Patriot missiles and the Scud missiles. You remember the Scud missiles were the Iraqi missiles, if I'm not mistaken. They were sent by Russia to Iraq. And then there were the Patriot missiles. There were the American missiles. I think they were used by Israel or whoever else, or Kuwait. I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember. So here the Scud missile would be fired, and the Patriot missile would measure the trajectory of the Scud missile and go and hit the missile while it would be airborne and destroy it before it would hit the target. So see, Baba is talking about this. And yeah, I'm sure you all remember in Mahabharata and Ramayana, you've seen that the demon would shoot an arrow, and this arrow, as it would be flying, the maybe Ram or maybe one of the Pandavas would look at the trajectory of that that spear or the arrow, and then they would shoot the arrow in a way that it would go and hit that arrow and break it. So what that means is that people around us are going to throw negative things at us. There'll be lots of old vibrations that will be thrown at us over and over again. But what do we have to do? We have to finish their old vibrations, negative vibrations. That's very important. So service has to be done at many different levels. See, service is not just, getting up and going to the center, which is a very important aspect too, showing up day in and day out, no matter what, whether it is cold or hot or it's it's raining, it doesn't matter. I remember long back when we were in Raipur, there was once so much of rain that, and you know how in India, when there is rain, then streets start getting flooded. So at that time, it was raining, I think, incessantly. But I and Kanishta decided to go to the center. And at that time, we didn't have much money. We had a Luna. And those of you who have used the Luna in your life know what I'm talking about, that there's a starter thing in it. If water goes into it, then it doesn't run. But we still decided to, go to the center, and all dirty water that you had to go through. And it was so difficult for the Luna to move forward with me and Kanishta sitting on it that I had to pretty much cycle the Luna to the center. And it was evening time. We had gone to the evening class. And when we reached there, there was no one there. It was just me and Kanishta. The sister was so surprised. And our clothes were, you know, shoes, clothes, socks, everything were of all the dirty water, as you see in India, that happens. So sister said, how can you come into the center really? So what she did in such a nice way that she got the plastic chairs, the molded chairs, for us to sit under the portico, just outside the door. And she sat just inside the door and she read the Murli to us. And so at that time, she said, wow, blessings upon blessings are coming from my heart for you both, because you made the effort to come despite such heavy rains and pretty much all the streets are flooded. So, yeah, we have to show up. That's how we will get all the blessings. We have to serve with a lot of love, physically, whatever the needs of the center are. Also, we have to serve through our minds. And through our minds, many times we think that it is just sitting at one place and creating positive thoughts, sakash that we call. But that's not it. There's more to it actually. But let's say you go to the center and you see other souls. Some may not be sitting properly, some may be doing something else. But how we can constantly create positive thoughts in the gathering, in that moment. So it's very possible the sister usually would give you that service, but today gave you some other service, and that service that you usually do has gone to someone else. Are we able to maintain positivity in that situation? That maybe, oh, sister is angry with me, that's why she has done this. Maybe now this service will go away. First this service went away, then this service went away, now this service has been taken away from me. Maybe I'm no good. Maybe the other person, butters up the sister more. These kind of negative thoughts very easily creep into our intellects. But no, how can I maintain positivity? How can I have love for everyone in the gathering, no matter what energy the other person comes to the center with? You see, so service through the mind has many different aspects that we have to understand as well. And then wealth, yeah, there is so much we can do with our wealth. If we can save money, every penny saved is penny earned. And that penny saved or penny earned can be then used for Baba's service. I can give you an example of one Mataji who is very old actually, who was connected to us many, many years back, took course from us, but now lives in a different place. And there is another gathering there that she's there, and she's so sick actually. She lost her husband a few years back, and she can barely breathe. She has to use oxygen all the time. And whenever we call her or she calls us, yeah, she can barely finish the sentence. After three, four words, she has to stop, breathe, and then three, four words, and then stop. And this Mataji would always send contribution, always, every year would send contribution, a big contribution, not small. And we would ask her, the last time when I was sending the tax receipt to her in this January, beginning of January, like few days back. So I asked her again, where is this money coming from that you're sending? And she said, because she can't have any income right now, and I'm sure a lot of her money goes in medical care. So she said, I get Social Security. And how much will that be? Thousand, $1,500 maximum? I'm almost sure it can't be too much. And in that, she's taking care of her health, she's taking care of whatever else is needed, and she sends money every year. So I told her, "Oh, Mataji, you don't have to send, please. Baba knows how much bhavna you have." And she so sweetly said, Baba is the one who is giving. It is Baba's money. What do I do? I'm giving it back to Baba. I know so many souls, when they give to Baba, there is there's so much of bhavna that they have. Even if they will have little, they'll give with a lot of bhavna. Many times when we open Baba's box, some people will put money anonymously, no name or nothing. But when we are holding that money, what we do is we take that out and we, for a little bit, we keep it in front of Baba's translate. Anyways, it has been sitting in front of Baba, but still we put it in front of Baba again, and we sit there for a few minutes, just sending Sakash to all those souls who have contributed. And sometimes, although how much will that envelope be? If it, let's say it contains $200, it'll be, if even if it is $20 bills, it'll be 10 bills. How much will that be? Nothing, no weight. But you can feel the weight of the bhavna. Mhm. So one can earn a lot of dividends when we give whatever we are giving, whatever we have, with that much of bhavna. The true server would be one who is also giving to Baba with that intense bhavna. Yeah. Yes. What else? So Baba is talking about make yourself move forward with love, cooperation, and altruistic feelings. Feeling of altruism towards others. And today and couple of days, I've been having this class here with the local class. Think about this, and how much of altruism we have for each other, for Baba's family. That and I was giving them some examples of how in history people have given up their lives, sacrificed their lives to serve others, to save other people. Yeah. During World War times, so many people, they there were times when the, during the Second World War, when Germans were trying to kill all the Jews, there were people who risked their lives to save the lives of Jews. There was one story that I shared of a general, a German general, who was given the order to destroy a village in France because they had pretty much taken over France. And as they were being attacked by the Allied forces, that is US and British forces, the there was some information that came that there is a village where the Allied forces are hiding. But this one knew, this general, he was right there next to the village, and he knew that there were no Allied forces. There were just old men, women, and children, just normal civilians. And he said, I won't destroy this village. I won't kill all these people because I know these are innocent civilians. And so when he said no, the higher command came, imprisoned him, and killed him. So he knew that he will be executed, court-martialed, and executed. But still, he gave up his life so that others could live. Yeah. I was also giving this example of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, where after that, somebody had to go in to fix the problem, to kind of dismantle that nuclear power plant so that the spill does not contaminate the entire Europe. And then millions of people will be affected with the radioactive waste and so on and so forth. So I can't remember the exact number, but Russia asked that we would need 2,000 approximately, if I'm not mistaken, the number was 2,000. So 2,000 volunteers who will go inside that nuclear reactor to take care of the mess. But this is like a death sentence. Everybody knew that if you go into the nuclear reactor to do what needs to be done for that many hours, that many days, that many weeks, you're not going to survive. But 2,000 people volunteered. It was not like they were forced. They were asked, are you willing to go in there to save millions of people? And they said, yes, we're ready to go. And all of them died. All the 2,000 people died within 5 years of that project. So they sacrificed their lives for the larger good of mankind. So are we ready to sacrifice we at least our egos, if not anything else? Baba will for sure not make us face these kind of situations where we have to sacrifice our lives, really take the bullet for others. I'm sure you have watched war movies, Indian or American or Western movies in general. You will see that some hero, one of the soldiers would say, all right, I'm ready to take the bullets, but I'll save my other comrades. So we won't necessarily have to go through all of that. But are we ready to sacrifice our egos for other people, for other souls, other Baba's children? Oftentimes, even for us Baba's children, we tend to favor people from our own community. Think about it for a moment. We haven't even risen beyond that level of body consciousness. So which state do I belong to? So there are two Baba's children, one from my state and one from another state. Yeah. Will I favor the one who is from my state? Have I even risen beyond that? Will I be willing to let go of that ego or, those kind of negative feelings so that the other soul can grow too? You grow, you go ahead more than me. You can sit on my shoulders so that you can look further and you can reach higher. Is it me first in that, or is it you first? When there's a service opportunity, you first. Is that how it is? Or is it me first? So you see, there are multiple aspects of being a true server. Yes. I know I haven't had the chance to go into the second Murli, which is equally beautiful. But I was thinking if you have any thoughts, any questions about what I have spoken so far. Yes. BK Om. BK Om Bhai, you
Yeah, I
want to?
just this thing which you shared, it's very beautiful that the shedding the egos for the sake of others is what is being the true server. I just like this thing, so I thought I'll share this. Om Shanti.
Yes, dear brother. Sometimes we Baba's children do that. And I think a little bit of honesty would be good. And I'm sure you'll agree that sometimes we even resort to saying negative about some souls behind their backs to other souls. Is there anyone here who's guilty of doing that?
Yeah, I've seen many BKs, they, unknowingly, innocently, they do this. But I think it's very dangerous for the state of mind because the state of mind becomes corrupt in that way. The negativity uh, this emerges in the mind of the soul who's doing this unknowingly. So, I mean, that's the attention which we must bring because everybody is a Purusharthi and everybody is in the journey of realizing the ultimate aim of being Bap Saman. So the journey begins with myself first, my own state of mind. It has to be Bap Saman. Om
Very,
Shanti.
yes, very good, brother. So one is, of course, it corrupts our mind. But now look at it from that point of view that I said. That there are people on this planet who would take bullet uh, or bullets to save people whom they don't know at all, whom they have never met. And we, the highest souls of the highest Father, the direct children of God, how in the world can we resort to saying something negative behind somebody's back? How can we resort to pulling someone down? Maybe just because that person belongs to a different community than us, speaks a different language as compared to us, looks different as compared to us, is of a different gender as compared as we are. Think about it. Going back again to the World War II times, if you read the story of the Anne Frank, she wrote that book. That book was published posthumously after she died, The Diary of Anne Frank. So the entire family and many more were hidden in the attic by a German lady, German or Polish lady, I can't remember. So that family tried to save them, but they all got caught. Everybody was taken. Even the people who protected them, they also got killed. So they didn't have to. They didn't have to save the lives of unknown people and risk their own lives, but they did. So can we at least make a resolution, we Baba's children, that no matter what, we will at least not say anything negative behind somebody else's back. And if somebody else is saying we'll protect that soul, we will defend that soul. Yeah. That is being a true servant. Yes, Rakib.
Satsang bhai, getting back to a few minutes back that we were discussing that we shed away our ego. Now, my thought there is what is the thin line between ego and self respect? Because at times when you only stand in the place of shedding away your ego, people just take you for a ride.
Was so sweet. Yeah, no, Rakib, and actually it won't happen. The truth of the matter is self-respect automatically comes as you shed the ego. And as you practice self-respect, ego automatically gets shed. So you see, and let's say hypothetically that people walk all over you, treat you like anything. It's their karma now. It is their problem. You do what needs to be done. Those people who are negative, they will never be known. They will never rise to their excellence. You will rise. So if they are walking all over you, they're thinking you to be silly, stupid, whatever else they are thinking. Let them think, let them do what they're doing. Let them take you for granted. Let them use you. What's the big deal? Don't we use Baba when we need? Baba, my head is hurting, my head is hurting. Baba, where are you? As soon as the head stops hurting, who is Baba, right? Even for us, Baba's children, the top-notch Baba's children. And then we go about our
Correct.
business, we forget about Baba. So we are using Baba now. Baba is not complaining, oh, you are taking me for a ride. You're taking advantage of me. He's saying, take more and more advantage of me. Use me actually, more and more. So let people use you now. Be that sweet, loving, kind, compassionate, angelic soul. Yes, and the more egoless you become, yes, somebody has texted here too. Yeah, actually, the egoless stage is much more powerful than the egoistic stage. Yeah. So that it's so powerful. Rakib, and what will happen, dear sister, is that the other soul will not be able to keep on doing that. Maybe we'll do it for one time, twice, thrice. But actually, that positive energy that is created through self-respect will disarm the other person. That person will not have the ability to hurt or harm us. You see?
I guess that's the muscle to be built in,
Yeah,
for one to look at how you can be. And I'm just sharing out of my experiences. It's like 99 time ho jayega, but on the 100th time you lose your patience.
that's okay. See, what I tell many of the students who tell me this is that even if you lose patience, it's okay now. Failures are also good now. Embrace the failures. Yeah? Embrace your darkness. Embrace your mistakes. Accept them. Respect them. Honor them. It's okay to fail also. So celebrate your victories. 99 times you said you did great. So celebrate those 99 times that you did awesome. And that one time you didn't do, that's okay too. Actually think of it, if you were successful 100, all the 100 times, how egoistic you will become. You will
So that's
start
a
having
wonderful point to look at. That's a real wonderful point to look at.
See, you will have ego of being egoless.
Yeah, that's a beautiful and a very powerful way to look at it. So I think melting ego, even at that stage,
Uh-huh.
requires a lot of muscle power, and only practice, practice, practice is the underlying word to look at this.
Yes, Rakhi. Good, good. And you see, many times, I don't ask Baba for anything, but if I do ask, I ask Baba for challenges. I ask Baba for obstacles. I ask Baba that I fail so that I can be humble, that I can hold on to your hand, because I don't want to become egoistic either. In a way, you understand what I'm saying? It's not like I'm
Yeah,
asking
yeah,
to
I'm
be.
getting it. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
getting it. So I'll just share my today morning's Amrit Vela experience. I was not in a state of actually being in a tranquility or being connected. I was only talking to Baba of like how I may talk to anyone if I have something inside my heart to be spoken. I was just speaking. I said, this doesn't work, Baba. I was just asking myself after Amrit Vela, what did I do? I said, it's okay. Who should I speak to? It may not be the right way of doing Amrit Vela, but then, yeah, whatever was there inside, I just spoke about it.
But that's okay too. Yeah, there are different flavors of connecting to Baba. Sometimes we share our problems. Sometimes we just fall in love with Baba all over again. So many different things come up, which is okay. Yeah. Don't beat yourself up. It's all I keep telling everyone. Yeah, you made a mistake. Yeah, that's awesome too. Learn from those mistakes. One thing I've seen, that if you have made a mistake, then you become actually very compassionate to when others make mistakes. So to err is human, right? We haven't become angels. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Baba, for the mistakes that I have made. Yes, and I make. I also appreciate all the good days that I've had where I don't make mistakes, where I've handled things in a better way. Yeah. So both are good. Yes. Anything else?
Yes.
Yes, Raki Ben.
No, I guess uh, I really got some deeper perspective for practicing.
Good, good. What else would you like to talk about? I know we don't have the time to cover the second Murli, which is about love, right? Love, companionship with Baba. But this topic about service, see how you can truly reinvent this whole thing about service. Yeah. Not necessarily that, nowadays there is this wave that I want to become a speaker and I want to be on YouTube and so on and so forth. So that is one wave. But it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to do that. But you're welcome to. That's a great, great ambition to have. But even if that is not something that you're able to get to, there are so many other ways that you can become a truly constant and lovely server. Service through your body. Every bone of your body can be for Baba's service. Your mind can be for Baba's service. Your relationships. And Baba was talking about another very important aspect in Avyak signal today. That is yesterday's Avyak signal for you all, where Baba said that trying, uh, koshish and kashish. I loved it. I loved it. When we say I'll try, that is koshish, that means there is some kashish with the word or towards the word. Someone who is truly free from all the kashish will not say, I'll try. I'll do it. Will say that. Yes. Vinodji.
Thank you, Vaishri. I've been reading this book called Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. This was by Lori Gottlieb. She's a clinical psychologist in Los Angeles. And during one of our training, we were suggested to read this book. And I happened to read it. And today during Amrit Vela, I felt she's actually a therapist, as I said, and I felt Baba is actually one of a therapist of one of his own kind. When we ask questions, when we have problems, Baba turns himself into providing solutions, a therapist, and we somehow feel regenerated at the end of it.
Right.
It's like a therapist conducts 15 minutes of therapy, and so much as the time that we usually take to get into stage of meditation. And at the end of it, we come up refreshed. All the therapist does, excuse me, is
Right.
to listen to us patiently, and at the end of it we feel better. And it's not just 1 hour of it. It takes thousands of hours for a therapist to actually heal a person, and it's all she says, that it's the job of the client that makes him better or her better. It's not my job alone, it's their hard work. And it's the similar way here too, I feel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you.
And this therapist of ours is always present. We don't have to make appointments. We don't have to pay anything. And he will give us the best advice ever. So sure, you wish to use Baba as a therapist, why not? Yes, Rakib, you're saying something.
No, brother.
So
I
we have,
mentioned that.
yes, say again, say again.
I was just mentioning that there were a lot of powerful insights to go deeper and understand the
Gee.
things that I was running through.
Mm,
And of course, I shared what happened in Amritsar.
right. Good, good.
So in the interest of time, I guess, brother, let's move to a short meditation for a minute or two.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Let's go into Baba's remembrance. Yes. Let's look at these 3 lines on our forehead. The line of yoga, the line of purity, and the line of service. Let's see how straight they are, how intense they are, how sparkling they are, how constant they are. Is there just one Baba in our minds, our intellects, our hearts? Nothing and no one other than Baba. No kashish to the world. Therefore, no koshish. Just one Baba. Baba, Baba, and only Baba. And purity. Brahmachari, not just Brahmachari. No contamination from our old sanskars, old thoughts, old mindsets, old ways of living. Holy Baba Gate in our hearts. Purity even in our dreams. And then service. Constant serving. An altruistic serving. A true serving. Serving me in every way, form, and sense. At all times. True altruistic service. When it is others above us. Others before us. Just like Baba. And just like Baba Baba too. Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Shwetang Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a blissful day.